Welcome to our look at globalization, where we'll navigate both the challenges and the opportunities companies face when operating internationally. The cover image of a compass and globe captures the idea. Global expansion requires direction, trade-offs, and strategic choices. And over the next slides, we'll break down how firms can steer toward growth while managing risk and complexity. This slide maps a modular global value chain, from R&D to production, marketing, and local support, and shows how firms coordinate dispersed teams across a world map. The visual highlights three clear goals: cut costs, lift quality, and shorten lead times, while also suggesting that synchronized standards and faster supplier switching drive those gains in a fragmented global supply network. Here we explore market complexity, multiplication, and rapid digital scaling, depicted by a growth curve moving a niche digital offering into a global platform within years. The diagram shows how multiplying customer segments, pricing options, and product variants increase complexity, while early localization acts as the catalyst to turn niche successes into scalable, billion-dollar platforms. This slide highlights remote work opportunities and how accessing global talent accelerates innovation. The graphic points to countries like Romania, Chile, and Thailand as sources of specialized skills at competitive cost, while the circular icons show how diverse viewpoints and faster iteration cycles raise the probability of breakthroughs and help teams reach new markets more quickly. Cultural intelligence is presented as a critical strategic capability for international business, since varied communication norms can easily lead to context misinterpretation. The flowchart illustrates risks like slowed projects or lost deals, and the recommended approach centers on CQ, adaptability, empathy, and localized practices to build trust and ensure successful cross-border negotiations and collaborations. Supply chain fragility is exposed by disruptive triggers such as pandemics, geopolitical flashpoints, and extreme weather, and the slide uses chain and map visuals to show how stretched logistics create bottlenecks. The takeaway is clear: redesign sourcing maps, diversify suppliers, increase safety stock, and improve resilience to reduce single-point failures across global networks. This slide lays out global regulatory compliance across data residency and privacy, consumer protection, labor codes, and product labeling, using a central compliance framework visual. Each area has distinct rules and risks, so the recommended approach emphasizes proactive legal audits, native advisors, policy reviews, and local compliance checks to avoid fines, reputational damage, and market barriers. Here we examine financial and regulatory headwinds like floating exchange rates and complex reporting requirements, alongside practical mitigation tools. The visuals pair risk icons with opportunity actions using hedging instruments to protect cash flow and specialized fiscal software to automate compliance and improve visibility, helping companies manage volatility while meeting diverse, local regulations. Globalization is framed as a balance between global standardization and local adaptation, and the slide contrasts a unified platform and brand identity with localized features like UX, payment methods, and customer support. A Netflix case example shows how subtitles, regional content, and tiered pricing drove sustained subscriber growth, proving that local relevance unlocks scale without losing core efficiencies. This slide focuses on mitigating risks and creating value through supply chain resilience and sustainability. On the left, the visuals show supplier mapping, redundant sites, and disruption mitigation, while on the right, they emphasize transparent labor practices, carbon reduction, and regulatory alignment. Together, these steps both satisfy regulators and attract sustainability-minded consumers and investors. The startup advantage in global expansion is illustrated by plug-and-play services, cloud accounting, global payroll APIs, and e-commerce marketplaces that let agile firms launch in months and outpace legacy rivals. The diagram contrasts rapid, multi-country deployment against the heavy, time-consuming setup of legacy infrastructure, explaining why modern startups can gain time-to-market edge and competitive momentum. To finish, we treat cross-border complexity as a core competence that fuels repeatable growth. Inputs like data-driven market selection, culturally agile teams, and compliant infrastructure feed a globalization engine that converts complexity into advantage. The gears and arrows show the outcome: capturing emerging market revenue, shaping industry standards, and securing a leadership position for sustained expansion.